Hi everyone, so here's a quick progress update on how the week's been. Now, to be honest, most of the week for trading it wasn't great, apart from I think it was Wednesday when I made a substantial, not substantial, but I made a fair amount of money and then managed to give it back to the market on the Thursday. So that was pretty clever. But at the same point in time, my goal here is to trade enough turnover so that I can make a withdrawal, because when at the start of the week I put in 150 US dollars. So if we look over here, we go into my profile or finance. I'll go to finance, and I'll go to deposit, and it's probably not what I want to do. I want to go to my history, not really deposit. Here we go. So if we can have a look here, I deposited 150 US dollars back on the Monday, which was the 23rd. I tried to deposit via a different card. I was trying out the Metrobank card and it wouldn't let me deposit again. So for some reason, like I said, I can withdraw to the Metrobank card, but I can't put any money in from the Metrobank card. It's really weird. However, luckily I can put it in through Monzo. So and I basically put 150 US dollars into the account through the Monzo card into Payeer into Pocket Options. Now, if we have a look at the trading progress, now because I did that, they gave me 50%, 150 US dollars plus 50%, so they gave me $225 to start with, which is great because it gives me a bit more leeway to lose a bit of trades. Not that I want to lose trades, but inevitably when you trade binary, losses will happen. Okay, it's just how you manage them. Now, what I will tell you is I need my trading turnover in order to extract anything I've made from the market plus the bonus they've given me. I have to make a trading turnover of £3,750, something, well, not pounds, dollars, sorry. That's my trading turnover that I've got to hit, because if I just try and make a withdrawal, so if I take the account up now and then I try and make a withdrawal, they will take 75 US dollars out of my total, in which case it's no point really. So the idea is to make money on that and then do a withdrawal once my trading turnover hits that. Now, I can tell you that considering I started with $225, I know now it's down at 177, but my trading turnover, if I apply it here, if I go to a custom, let's go to a custom setting, shall we? Let's go from, let's have a look. It's not finance I want, it's the trading I want, isn't it? Is it profile? Profile, sorry. Yeah, profile. History of live trades, that's what we want, okay? So if I now go into this and I change the date. So we started on Monday, right? So Monday is when I put the money in, and I'm going to see what happens to today, what my trading turnover is. And if I apply that, we can see from here that I made 81 deals in total. I was 51% profitable, and I made a trading turnover of $800. So I'm down still. I'm down by 47.40, but then again, it's 177.60 in there. So if we look at what that is, if I go into 177.60 US dollars to GBP, that's 142 pounds, right? So if I now look at 150 US dollars, we can see down here it's saying 120 pound, 43 pounds sterling. So really, in theory, I'm still 22 pounds up. So I'm still, a reasonable percentage up for the first week. So even though I've lost, I haven't lost because it was just the bonus that they gave me. However, I've managed to made a trade volume of $800, which is great, because it means now if I was to keep that up and I did $800 per week, I would say what you got 800, so 800 times 4, 8, 12, 16, 22,400. Probably in about 6 weeks, I would hit the 3,750 turnover limit, in which case I'll be able to make a withdrawal. The only problem is that I don't want to set that as a target. I do not want to say, right, in 4 weeks' time, I'm going to withdraw that, because I don't know how it's going to go. The idea is depending on how the markets are each week should reflect on how you trade. So this week, to be honest, I was doing a bit of testing as well, which is why I kind of did a lot of trades and managed to hit that. if I go to the last one, this would have been on Monday. So Monday, we can see made no profit there, but if I go to page 8, which we can see, so this is just Monday, I made a hell of a lot of trades here, but the majority of them were losses. So although I made some, some positive trades, I made quite a lot of losses as well. The wins outweighed the losses in terms of actual amount, but in terms of frequency, I put a lot of trades down there, which is not good. If I go to page 7 here, this is all Monday's trading. It's like ridiculous. Okay, let's go on to Tuesday. Tuesday starts from here. Let's have a look. Tuesday, we made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I think it was like, no, 11. 1, 2, 3, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9. You look at Tuesday, 9. 10 deals, right? 10 deals I took on Tuesday, 10 investments. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. So I won 6 and I lost 4. So Tuesday I was up, which is good. Okay. If we go to Wednesday, I think it was Wednesday, I killed it. I did these trades and they all came through. It was really good. So Wednesday, I lost 3 trades, but I won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 on Wednesday. 8 on Wednesday. On Wednesday, I took 8 trades. 3 of them lost, the rest won, and it boosted my balance right up. Thursday wasn't so good. I made a lot of losses on Thursday. If we look here, this is all from Thursday. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 losses, 1 win. I was getting mullered on Thursday. Thursday, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. See, there's a lot. Well, I think it was 1, 2, 3. I made basically long and short of these. I've still managed to stay in the game quite well, but I made a lot of losses there. And today it wasn't good. But today I thought I'd try and hedge a few things. And what I did is just to see what would happen. I took a couple of trades up and down at the same time. Well, not at the same time, to lie. And basically, I took a trade going where I thought it was going to go in the first place. So, for example, over here, I took a couple of trades down, okay, and then what I decided to do is, this is not the actual one, but after about 5 minutes, I decided to go the opposite way, just to see what would happen. And in some of the cases, they both came through, the down and the up came through, but a lot of the time, they didn't. And the one that I initially put in, where I was sure would work, that's the one that came through. This is why I say it's not always, unless you know where to hedge, you can always have a problem in the sense you're always losing out, because even though you win, you lose. Because over here, for example, I stuck in $20 and one came through and one lost. Now what I got back was $18.70, so I lost $1.30. So hedging is not the best thing to do. The only time I've decided now to hedge is if I accidentally take a trade the wrong way, which is what happened. It happened, I think, earlier today, to be honest. And I took a trade, I took it in the correct direction, and I realized I'd taken the wrong time frame. So I was like, oh, I don't think this is going to work. So what I did is I took it the opposite way on the exact same time frame, just so that one of them would lose, which I expected one to lose. I'd be covered by the other one. But what actually happened in reality is both of them came through. I didn't expect that, but it happened. So this is it. It's always surprises in binary, but you've got to kind of, manage that risk as much as possible. So, I think, to be honest, although this week I've ended less than what I started with, which is $225 is what I started with. Yesterday, I think yesterday morning when I started, I had it on 245 because I pushed it up the previous day. So, and then I went in quite big, and the market didn't go my way. So that wasn't very clever. But at the end of the day, I've managed to increase my turnover. So hopefully I'll be able to withdraw sooner rather than later. So there you have it. Regards to the group, I am still not starting the group yet, and I'm not sure if I will start a group, to be honest with you. Not unless people tell me that they want me to start a group. I probably won't. I'm probably just going to post my results on here with a bit of explanation of what I'm doing. But unless people actually physically want me to start a group, and they let me know in the comments that yes, I want you to start a group, then I'm not going to start a group, because I think it's just too much hassle, and it's a lot more hassle than it's worth. Because I have to basically give you a link, and to get the link I have to fill in the forms on Pocket Options and all sorts of stuff, and I'm just not sure I want to do that. If I haven't got enough people, it's just not worth me doing it. So I mean, I'm happy to do what I'm doing at the moment, where I'm just posting up what I do as I do it, but again, I'm not going to tell you the reasons why I take trades, because that is knowledge that I've learned over time, and if you want to have the same knowledge, then I really need to start a group, in which case we need to start filling the forms and do the affiliate stuff, which I don't really look forward to. And I don't want to ask people, okay, if you want to, I'm not like these people or these gurus who say, okay, I had a thing, somebody commented on my YouTube channel a few days ago and saying, oh, why don't you send an email to some bloke, I can't remember who it was, and I've had a lot of success with him and blah, 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 blah. And to be honest, I know what I'm doing, so I don't really need anyone to help me do it. If I needed someone to help me do it, then that's where I'd be looking. But I'm doing my own thing here, and if I wanted help to do it, I would ask for it, and I'd look and seek out, which is what I did when I first started. When I first started trading binary options, over 3 years ago now, because I didn't know what I was doing, I didn't have a clue. That is where I reached out to people, and they were able to get me into a group, and then I learned the knowledge by trading and by listening to them and going online and stuff like that. And I was able to understand, but it took a long time to understand. I didn't just sit down and look at the screen and think, oh, let's go this way and let's go that way, and or teach myself. I didn't teach myself. I was taught by somebody who was taught by somebody else, who in turn was had people that were in the forex business to start with, and used to use a lot of charts, and all that training was handed down to them, and they passed the information on. And how they done it was via, I think you had to, pretty much the way I wanted to do it, which was you invest a certain amount of money via a link into a specific broker, and then you've got money in the broker and you can see how we trade, which would seem like the best thing to do. But I'm just looking at it and I'm looking at the forms thinking, do I really want to do this? So once again, guys and ladies and gentlemen, if you do want to learn to trade this, and I can't promise you, which is, I'm not going to say to you, yes, you're going to win this and you're going to be a millionaire, because the truth is, I don't know. Yeah, but what I do know is I do know how to trade. How successful you'll be depends on you, because if you can't control your emotions and you start going in, and the emotions are very difficult to control. It takes a lot of time and patience to do that, and discipline, and I know I've learned to do it, but it hasn't been easy. It's been very, very difficult. And even today, like, I was like tempted, oh, shall I go in again, because the account was down at 177.60. I was very tempted to go in again and said, you know what, I'm going to bring it back up, but I thought no, because that mentality is when you start decreasing even more. Because right now, I knew the minute I thought of that I wasn't in the right frame of mind. So I stopped and said, no, step away. You know what will happen if you do this. Leave it be. And that's what I did. I left it be. So remember, the battle's over, but the war's not. So you live to fight another day, and that will be probably on Monday, when it goes. But like I said, I mean, my results haven't been that good, and that's not because of the way I trade, but it's because the market hasn't been that great, and I've tried to repeat the way I trade, and the conditions are not that good. But like I said, on Wednesday, the conditions were phenomenal. And all of a sudden, like, so Monday and Tuesday, it was a bit iffy. And then on the Wednesday, everything was working like clockwork. And then on Thursday, it kind of went back to the same wavy thing, and Friday's been the same. So I kind of um, lost what I gained. But like I said, we're still up, so we'll see how it goes. Anyway, I know I'm waffling on about it a bit here, but I just wanted to give you an update.